Hello, Galaxy! My name is Chris Perillo, whatever his name is. What you doing? What you doing down there? Okay, what the heck is my hair? Nah, ah! What are you looking at? Yeah, I went to the other side. Do you notice anything different? Or do you not? Well, I'm just gonna go in my normal bed. Sleeping.
Yeah. Sorry about that. That's I was feeling puppety. Wanted to start today all puppet-like, so I'm puppeted. What did you just grab? Jedi? Oh, your iPad. What the hell are you doing? That was me. It was not Jedi, it was me. Yes, what is a G4? Yeah, G4 is no more. Then again, I think anybody who had 2 brain cells could tell you that it was going to be a challenge for G4 to do what they were trying to do. I wish them well. I wish them luck. But no, it was actually post-Tech TV, not pre-Tech TV. But, you know, I was mentioning this to Kurt in a back channel. The thing about G4 is, you know, people ask, you know, oh, why don't you bring back Tech TV? I'm like, you don't understand. It ain't coming back. And like I tell them over and over again, I'm like, it's not coming back. It's not coming back. It's not coming back. And no, yeah, the old iMac, exactly, a G4. And I told them like it'd just be impossible. I mean, like, try to replace the internet. You have YouTube. YouTube is just it trumps all of that. And I think if anything, the G4 reboot pretty much proved it. It is no more, I guess. Which is, you know, kind of sad. I mean, I would have hoped that it would have been able to pull through, but it's not easy. It's not easy to do that kind of thing. I mean, I would have assumed that if they wanted to have at it again, they would have just scaled into some kind of network. But, you know, going big up front carries with it, you know, a lot of risk. And even with, you know, budget and people and talent, It was a product of its time, and I said that about Tech TV over and over and over again. It was a product of its time, so you're never gonna see it again. Like it is firmly planted in the past. All that stuff. Now, planted in the present are some things. I've got some makes to show. May the pumpkin spice be with you. This is a. I should take this out of the picture because that's another make I gotta showcase. This is the Fixin' Dude. May the spice be with you. Pumpkin spice be with you. Printed it on the bamboo today. Whipped it out. Like it only took like a couple of hours. Did it, multicolor and everything. It could have been, I think, a little easier to do the multicolor for me. And I think it's really weird the way that the slicer, the bamboo slicer does things. Like this is the way it came out. I don't know if it was supposed to come out that way or what, but like that's how it came out when I painted this part to be a different color. Still, I'm really happy with this. I mean, when it's hanging, you're never looking at the back of the sign, right? It's always at the front. So this is going to be sitting in a window. It's just going to be sitting in a window. May the pumpkin spice be with you. And then and then I can hold up the giant Lego minifigure, Maxi Fig, minifig, big fig, giant. Now we're all ready for Halloween. This is Halloween. Theoretically, that came out okay. It turned out to be spectacular. I'm very, very happy with it. It couldn't have come out. Well, it could have come out a little cleaner, and that may have been my issue. Or the bamboo sometimes gets a little choky around certain areas. I've found, especially when you're not using the default infill, or if you're going at a faster speed. And I was able to whip through this in a day. If you're printing a skeleton maxi fig, not minifig, if you're printing one of these and you have a time idea, then this is took about a day. That one took about a day. Oops. Both of them are going into a window. Both of them will be going into the window so that neighbors can enjoy them. We also have this is a Flexi Trooper I did overnight. I was trying to run through this red filament that I have, printed solid, Jesse printed solid PLA, and I was printing with it the other day, and here, see, look, it's a Flexi Trooper, and I also have a Vader one. No, not a Vader one, a Groot one that I have to do. Haven't done that yet though. So anyway, I'm getting through you can see the red here. I'm printing. I'm also going with some orange Astromex downstairs on the bamboo, or the X1 carbon, I should say. The bamboo is the name of the company. Hey, good to see you again, Charo. I got your DM. I thought maybe we could answer it here tonight. White is a tough print. Yeah, it is. It is. But like I've had an issue with any filament if it's moving too fast. Like here, how can I show you? Where's one anomaly? Well, the top of the head. It didn't exactly. You can't really see it. So small, minuscule issue. But it didn't quite bridge there. It also didn't bridge. There are a couple of other spots. Seriously, like this printed very well, all things considered. I did have to print. I had to make, and I actually had a discussion with Papa Bear about this. Although I could have used my intuition, but it's always good to check with experts. The feet originally didn't bridge very well, and it just looked like garbage. I'm like, well, I don't want to reprint the feet. All I need to do is just basically, cover the area. So I went into Tinkercad and made like 3 size discs, 46, 47, 48 millimeter, and then saw which one fit in the best. And so 48 millimeter fit in the best. So these are actually caps on the bottom. That was the only mod that I did to that. So white is tough, but not tougher than me. Not tougher than nails. Stop a Puck, I have 2 printers. You're seeing both of them now, side by side. One of them is in front of me, the Prusa Mini. The one that's beneath me in the video is the Bamboo X1 Carbon. orange filament I'm using there is actually the filament that the X1 Carbon ships with. And I'm like, okay, well, what do I need to print right now? And I'm needing to print like extra, giveaways for Halloween, because like when kids come over, I wanna do that. Oh, hey, Mac Duck.
Stream with 15 viewers.
What's this? I've been raided? Wow! Look at everybody who's joining us here. Welcome, Raiders! Hi, I'm Chris Pirillo. I love geeking out here every night at 6 p.m. Pacific, just chatting, so feel free to join the conversation. Follows are free. Love to have you here. Welcome to my play shop. Welcome, Raiders! Hello there. I'm not sure what you're up to on your side of the Twitch, but welcome in. I'm Chris. Just a little raid for. Hey, man, it's important. You got to sleep. You can't Twitch all the time. I know some people have tried, but it just doesn't. I don't think it works well. Hi, I'm Chris. I don't know if we've met yet. Oh, you're part of the Nerds Unite community. Nice. Sully. Oh yeah. I hope he is doing well. It's been a while. I always see, the funny thing is I catch up with people on Twitter. Twitter's just like it scrolls by. I'm like and that's where I catch up with people, and for the most part. But on Twitch, it's like finding the time. Like even today's a Sunday here, and I did not. It wasn't a Sunday. It was a Sunday, but it wasn't a Sunday. I was doing things all day long. If I wasn't running an errand, I was, getting things staged for this week. This week I had to do the trash. Edited the vlog. The vlog was done and edited and uploaded. Edited last night's hugely long photo comparison video. Staged a couple other things. Was able to watch Maker Deck. In between doing all that stuff, I also wanted to get footage done for a Pixel test, a Pixel video test, and that's really an experiment because I don't know how well that's going to work. And so I got most of that footage done. The last part I want to try to do is with Jedi. I wanted to try to do audio with her, but she was busy with friends, so I didn't want to pull her away. I also set up Diana's Pixel 6 Pro. Her Pixel 4 XL is no more. It is basically, it's nuked at this point. It no longer exists. Welcome to your Pixel. It is dead. I mean, it's not dead, but it'll be sent in to Google. They're taking like hundreds of dollars for it that help offset the cost for the Pixel 7 Pro. And so anyway, hi, I'm Chris. I like 3D printing. I like geeking out. I was just talking about tech there. I'm here. Hi, I'm here every night. I do videos on YouTube, vlogs. Now I'm doing tech videos again in a different tech channel. And then you can see on the TV screen in front of me, and I'll flip over and give you a cleaner shot. There's a series of 3D printers. And what that is MakerDeck. It's a 24/7 virtual makerspace that I was referring to. So anybody can like stream in and be a maker alongside other makers. And so that's what you see in the background here. All you people, you folks who came in from the raid, if you like nerds, you're in the right place for sure. When was the last day air of Tech TV? I'm not sure. I wasn't around. I was gone. Oh, Omaha's on deck. Nice. Hutch's Makerspace, good to see you. Yes, tech videos for sure. Diet Coke, I did it. I did them. I uploaded another short. Shorts on YouTube are hit and miss, honestly. It seemed to be more miss than hit, honestly. Hello, High Life. Welcome into the play shop. Not sure what brings you in, but good to see you. Jerry, how's school going? How's it going there? You weren't sure if you wanted to join the stream, but that rip G4 got me. Oh, yeah, Sam Dice, is it? Hang on. Dice Q? I'm probably saying your name wrong, but Vast Light, hello. Welcome in. Hope you're doing well. Not sure what brings you in, seriously. What happened? Budget, G4 TV. They bit off a lot, for sure. And they had the right people, absolutely. They had the right idea and the right vision. They may have even had the right execution in the sense of creating content, the compelling content. But the thing is, Tech TV and G4 TV, they were a part of a bygone era, and to bring that back, I would have done it differently. I mean, but I wasn't in charge. I would have started with one show in one channel, and then build up from there. Right? Start with the high production value, just one show, and be regular, and then scale up from there. Oh, Disay. Okay, gotcha. Sam Disay K? Sam says what? They had so much extra stuff that just standing around. Oh, generic username, bro. Yeah, I couldn't even tell you. Channel was your favorite channel back in the day? Never watched G4. Video games were not my thing. Tech TV, yeah. I mean, there was some good stuff there. Of course, I was a part of it for a couple of years. And I was mentioning this at the top of the stream here, a few minutes ago. People have often lamented, "Hey, why don't you bring back Tech TV?" I'm like, you can't. Like, if you were going to do it, you would have to start with one thing and then scale it up from there, right? Just doing more than that one thing was, I'm not going to say a recipe for disaster, but I mean, it's gone. It will. I'm telling you, it probably will not come back, which is very disappointing. Because it could have come back as a show, could have come back as just a program, and then built around from there. And it could have been, just as transparent with the audience, many of whom remember G4 fondly. Again, I'm not one of them. I'm definitely not dancing on their grave. It's not good when an effort like that fails, because it makes it that much more of an impediment for other efforts to even try. Hello, Play the Planet. Nice to see you again. Hope you're doing well. Oh yeah, see, TC Jamie, you can't. It's hard. It's a product of its time. All these shows were a product of their time. Like, as much as I love every once in a while going back and watching old programming, I'm like, there's no way this would fly. I mean, watching Computer Chronicles on YouTube. You can even follow the Computer Chronicles account. It tweets screenshots every 20 minutes or something like that. It's kind of fun. It is fun. Hello, Chunks. Welcome in. Or I should say, welcome back. I'm sorry, Gravelord Nico and Koto TK. I'm sorry if I missed welcoming you in overnight. Back in the 90s, the channel had its place to get your tech news. Since the internet has evolved, Tech TV is no longer... That's what I'm saying, BTW Scotch. That's exactly what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Like, you have to accommodate, right? You have to move with the time. That's probably one of my biggest challenges that I have facing doing anything on YouTube and trying a tech channel again. I realize it's going to be an uphill battle, an uphill climb, and it's going to take a lot of experimentation, and it's going to take a lot of effort, a lot more, than I probably have in me, but I'm going to be trying. I'm going to be like, all right, let's try it this way. Let's try that. What works? What doesn't work? Especially for today. I think the biggest thing that you could do, thumbnails are the biggest. That is the number one thing you could worry about is your thumbnail. Version call for help with 3D printing would be cool. Well, maybe on MakerDeck, we'd have someone chiming in and helping in that sense. Although tuning in, I mean, I don't know how regular that'd be. Liz and I were talking briefly about that, and I said, yeah, I'd like to do some programming on MakerDeck once a week, doing an interview. I think that's the thing I enjoy doing the most. As an avid YouTube, watch the thumbnail and title or key. Yep, yeah, it is true. I've learned the thumbnail. I'm getting better at. I feel titles are hit and miss right now. You subscribed many years, started following on Twitch, see if I was around. Yes, I am. I am still around in both places, actually. Oops, sorry, not Bang T, Bang YT. There's the YouTube links. I think the only thing, if it's even possible, is live. You never know, Diet Coke. You never know. It's all, right now, I'm very glad to have the latitude to experiment, because it's a different story when you're trying to do something full-time. It's too much. It's a lot of stress to do any kind of channel full-time. Any kind of channel. Any kind. Like YouTube, Twitch, I mean, some people can pull it off, but it is not. It ain't straightforward, and it takes a long time to get to a point of stability, and not everybody achieves escape velocity. And then, of course, with any platform change, you could be at the sharp end of that, and then you're hosed. It was. I remember fondly. My memories are what brought me to Chris's stream when I saw it. Oh, yes, Max Payne. Fair enough. How long does video editing take? Well, it depends. I try to shoot thinking what it is that I'm trying to get. So I'm the editor and the shooter. The vlog sometimes is a little more difficult because I'm not getting all the footage, and a lot of it is garbage, right? And I'm just like, I got to throw this away. Like, it's pointless. It just takes up too much space. You got to cut it down. You got to cut a lot of things out. Got to cut a lot of things down. Really? Yes, Liz. It is not a good idea because it's too much stress. I mean, having operated that way as an entrepreneur, it was stressful. It was very stressful. And Liz, you lived through some of those days, but not you. Unfortunately, you weren't in my head, but it was very stressful because your whole life is wrapped up in what you're not in control of. That was a big stress, huge stress. And that's one thing that I appreciate having the latitude of having working for Intel, and having the ability to still kind of mess around on the side. Editor, shooter, director, and star. He wears lots of hats. Yes, well, at least editor, shooter, director. Yes, Play the Planet. We stopped for a long time, and then because I mean the YouTube channel was there and it really wasn't doing anything. I'm like, I'm not gonna do daily stuff again. Jedi got to the point where she's older now, so it's a lot easier to do things with her, and so it's way easier when Jedi's helpful. And so yeah, it's something that it's worth trying again. I mean, and it could be that the vlog isn't weekly. Maybe if we don't get anything, maybe it's every other week or every once a month. I don't know. I mean, I will, continue to try things to see how well it works. Hey, CNoop. Sam DCK says, yeah, the message is too diluted with G4. They are talking to the wrong audience the wrong way. The people that are interested see Attack of the Show isn't watching TV anymore or interested in watching TV, I think is more of a thing like ego. Yeah, we are the G4 ones, the same ones that ruled the gaming and tech space era in the early 2000s. Yeah, that you can't, it was a comeback, and you can't, it just couldn't, it wasn't going to happen. Disturbed Media, unlike what happened last night, I woke up and Kieran, who is an awesome Maker Deck producer / director, helps when, people here in this hemisphere are sleeping. He said, well, you print didn't quite make it, but at least your bed is clean. I'm like, oh God. And I walked in here and it was just spaghetti. It's spaghetti. Let me show you. I got Bozo the Clown's hair here. This is about as far as the droids got. These were 4 overnight droids. That's as far as they got before something went wonky. So right now I'm printing some smaller Darth Vader Wexter mini figures. Wexter was designing on MakerDeck today too. This is what I'm printing, although in red. And then the other one downstairs on the bamboo. The bamboo has the R2, the droids, the astromechs that I was trying to print. And hopefully I'm not going to run out of filament there. I'm going to have to run through it because there's not a lot of it on the spool. And I just soon, be careful, especially running there. Although it does a very good job at telling you, hey, the filament's out. You need to insert or change or select a different filament. Clowns are scary. You don't like clowns? I'm not. Yeah, I'm not a fan of dolls. If I had a choice between a doll or a clown, I'd choose a clown every time. I'm like, Pennywise doesn't freak me out. A doll, I'm creeped. Forget it. Done. Cannot do a doll. Will not do a doll. Apart from this Like the store, like these things, it doesn't bother me. It looks like it's fine. It's like, because you can tell it's like not trying to be real. I don't know. Like even like my favorite action figures are not the ones that are human with human faces. I'm not in. If you look around the room, like if you look around, I mean, you see some Darth Vaders with the helmets off, but most of what I have are aliens, creatures, things with helmets on. I'm not into the ones that are trying to look human. It's not my thing. Even like my Ahsoka doll doesn't look human. It's a Togruta, or Sabine Wren has the helmet on. So you're watching Western YouTube tutorials on ZBrush today. Could have watched him live. You might have. He was. It looks like he was doing the creature from the Black Lagoon. If I was looking at first, I was like, is he doing a Nemodian? And I think it's a creature from the Black Lagoon. What I think of the final Rancor print? Oh no, it looked awesome. Disturbed Medic looked fantastic. See, I looked at that and I was going to print the Rancor and FDM, but I'm not sure how well it's going to work because the hands, the claw, I'm not sure how I'm going to have to adjust it and use supports. And when I do, I'm probably going to have to do it on the Bamboo, and not just for speed, but I feel like the Bamboo makes supports that are cleaner to remove. So I'll probably be doing the Rancor on the Bamboo. But I'm curious to know if you did resin or FDM. CNoop says, I was surprised to hear from Cavan Scott, the author of Star Wars: The High Republic. Yes, The Rising Storm, after I tweeted out that I finished reading his book today and congratulated him on creating a great Star Wars story. So that was something kind of cool. Yeah, he's very engaged in social. Cavan is very, very engaged. Like, incredibly engaged with social. I haven't really dove into the High Republic stuff. The comics is about as deep as I've gone. That's about it. I mean, everyone's got their own jam. Now, Charo asked a question. He says he thought that this would be interesting to potentially answer on the stream. How difficult is it? Okay, this might be a good interesting video to record, if only for posterity. You've done 2 domos onto the 3rd. Oh, nice. Resin. Oh, Disturbed Medic. Yeah, because I was like, can I do that? And I looked at it and I started rotating. I'm like, it's gonna be a bit of a challenge. Like, I'm like, okay, can I rotate it this way? How can I rotate it? I got to look at it again. I feel the bigger pieces I can do. It's I'd have to nail the hands as well. Like, okay, how well can I do those hands? No, the skeleton turned out perfect. In the pumpkin spice, May the Pumpkin Spice Be With You by Fix'em Dude. I got a picture of it to post to Principles. Actually, I got to post pictures of both of those to Principles. Get my Prusometers. All right, we got another question here from Charo. I was answering I was talking about, or helping him yesterday with his phone problem. Think it can be done. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I got to find the right angles. Disturbed Medic. That's the shortcoming. Finding the right angles. And I don't mean like right angles. I mean the perfect angles for it. The optimum angles, I should say. Personally, the High Republic is a little harder for you to get into. Fond of the Old Republic material. Doesn't feel the same. Well, it shouldn't feel the same. It should definitely feel different. I've done, like I said, I've got the comics, but that's it. As far as the High Republic goes, that's probably as deep as I'm going to go. It's neat. I'm glad they did it. I am glad. I kind of feel like, oh man, I'm missing out on so many characters. Well, read the book. I'm like, yeah, but I'm more of a comic reader. Everyone's got a different jam, but I am very glad they made it. Charo was asking me yesterday about the differences between his older iPhone and potentially an Android phone, specifically in relation to photo output, like the camera stuff. And he followed up with a question that he thought would be a good topic for today. How difficult, he asks, is it to extricate oneself from a brand ecosystem and migrate to another? Classic example. He notes he's been using Apple products exclusively for several generations. Is it overwhelmingly painful to migrate to a Samsung, Google, Android phone? Yes and no. How great is your pain? And I've said this for years. Pain is a great motivator. Like, if you're bored, I don't think that's a good reason to switch ecosystems. If you are finding that what it is you're trying to do isn't working as well as you believe it could work, and you've seen other people do things that you might want to do, then you may start considering what you're feeling, your pain, this inner feeling that you might have that something just isn't working for you. And their devices, they are personal devices. They are meant to conform around your needs, not the other way around. And even if you've lasted generations and you've held on to devices perhaps as long as you've held on to devices, if you're finding yourself hitting walls, it may be worth looking elsewhere. But there will be pain involved no matter what. How much pain are you experiencing today versus how much pain will you experience in transitioning? Now, I would say by and large, depending on where you do your thing, if you live in the cloud, that transition is not as difficult as people have suggested it is. It really isn't. Now, that's not to say that you won't experience hiccups because you're moving from one ecosystem to a completely different one. And heck, I would say that, you may even have hiccups moving from, a Google Pixel to a Samsung device. And those are both, running the Android operating system, that platform. Anytime you're switching, anytime you're migrating, you may lose data. You may have grown accustomed to a certain idiosyncrasies of a device that aren't on a new one. The shortcomings that you coped with may not exist, but new shortcomings exist. Careful what you wish for, because you may think that, it's going to be better on the other side, but it might not be. So my suggestion is you tread with caution, but only when you feel strongly enough in that decision. If you're feeling kind of iffy on making that leap, then I would caution you against it, because ultimately, you have to make that decision and you have to live with that decision. If you have an opportunity, however, to try something for a period of time before making that switch, you will ultimately know, or at least know better, whether or not that move is going to be satisfactory for you, because it's going to be different for everybody. And I'm someone who has made switches, not constantly. It's not something that I relish doing. But all the more reason why, when I on a daily basis use Android, iOS, Windows, Mac OS, I'm everywhere, and I have to, because the tools on each particular platform work a certain way. So I get used to the shortcomings and I get used to the benefits of any particular platform. But taking your stuff and moving it elsewhere, not as painful as you'd think. I really don't believe so. There are some snags depending on what you use, but don't be frightened. Do your homework. If you have a chance, get a hold of a device before making the switch, or get a device and then switch, but hold on to the old one for the time being, because then you could always change your mind. I think 20 days, right? 20 days, you'll know one way or another whether you're going to be good to go with a new platform or not, no matter which way you're switching, or no matter which platform you're deciding to go from to. Hopefully that answered the question. You've never in your life needed $40,000? What? What do you need $40,000 for? What's $40,000? Wait, 40,000 or 40? Yeah, 40,000. What? Tried iOS on a work phone years ago, hated it. I couldn't do it either. Zach, by the way, thank you for resubbing. Just a drive-by resubbing, no worries. New Firefly book series has been pretty interesting. That's the way that Firefly could live. Do the audiobook. Oh yeah, it's not a bad idea doing the audiobooks, especially when I'm in the car. You're far too invested in the Android ecosystem. See, I'm not. I was invested monetarily with Apple's ecosystem, but it still wasn't enough to hold me back. I'm like, no, I'm done. I can't do it. Couldn't do it. Too much pain. It's not just you that it may affect. Say if your family uses FaceTime. Oh, well, you can use FaceTime on the web, too. You can use FaceTime on an Android phone. So, you can do that. No worries, Liz. You texted, too, and I think the cycle's coming up. That's when you texted right in the middle of me doing that. So I think I know what you're talking about, but I think that's on the 20th or right around it. I mean, I could start doing it on the 15th or whenever the stuff clears. No problem, Idle Hams. Horde 7 says, with Disney constantly coming out with new Star Wars shows and movies every 5 seconds, do you think it's going to kill Star Wars? They're not. I don't think so. In fact, the next Star Wars movie is not till like 2025. Like years away, several years away. So I'm glad we're getting TV shows. My God. Hello, C. Travis. Then made the switch from iOS to Android. Had the opportunity to try both. Totally agree with Chris. Mine was the 30-day point. Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. Like, I had an Android device and like, it was refreshing enough. And it addressed so many of the pains that I had with iOS. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna have to bite the bullet, and I bit the bullet. And it was a small adjustment, but I survived. I was fine, and I still use a Mac. But there's no way. I'm telling you, man. When you start using like contemporary Android devices, and then you go back to iOS, it's like, Stone Monkey Research, thank you for the raid.
Stone Monkey Research rated my stream with 4 viewers.
Thank you. Welcome in. I take it you were geeking out about printing? I agree with Disturbed Medic. No such thing as too much Star Wars. I think we could all agree on that, for sure. I didn't realize Tales of the Jedi was dropping so soon, though, CNoop. That's wow. Like, we're still kind of not in the middle of Andor, but, well, at least almost through Season 1. October 26th. Huh, I guess so. I gotta write a note here. Memo to myself. Do the dumb things I got to do. Touch the puppet head. The S22 Ultra or whatever it does. Yes. It is the S22 Ultra. And Samsung has great software support too.
Stone Monkey Research rated my stream with 1 viewers.
Yes, he did. Do I only use the PC you're on now for streaming, Mac for everything else? I use it for streaming, slicing, and that's about it at this stage. Streaming and slicing. It's just easier to manage on a lot of that on the PC because you can you can't easily fix a model on the Mac. That I've found out. You got to do it on Windows. So it's like, it's just as easy to just manage it that way. And then I've got the USB drive set up. It's just plug it in, move it here, do that, whatever. Yeah, see, Travis, I'm not sure if I'm going to be doing, here's the thing. I'm not sure I'm going to be doing MakerDeck makes every single day. I mean, we're still going to be accelerating it, but now that there are shows that are happening on MakerDeck, I don't want to, this is my stream, right? And I don't want people to think, and I've felt this for some time, but MakerDeck's going. It is absolutely going, and I don't want people to go, well, why should I watch Chris when I can just tune into MakerDeck, right? So if anything, maybe once a week doing it, but not every day. I think that's probably the way to do it from here on. That make it this nice chunky review at this point. If you figure out which weapon you want me to print for your Black Series figs, let me know. I'll paint some. Oh, no worries. See, I wouldn't print them for the Black Series. I mean, if anything, like the life-size stuff, like the bigger ones. But I'm not into weapons at all. Samsung's need to bring back the SD card slots. See, I never got into the card slots. Still like the slowness that Apple bakes into iOS? The slowness? Haven't been a fan of them. The slowness? Diet Coke? For real? Slowness? Slowness? Okay. I'm not sure about slowness, but Samsung is, I just watched a video this morning, as a matter of fact, for One UI 5. That's coming down the pike in the next week. No, a few weeks. before the end of the month, the new operating system should be rolling out to my Samsung S22 Ultra. Apple took the SIM tray away on the new. Yep, they did. They did take the tray away. Thank you for following HPP8. If I said that right. Not sure what brings you in, but happy to have you. Your iPhone 11 Pro Max is sluggish with iOS 16. Oh, yeah, I bet. Would hope $1,000 phone only purchased in 2018 would last longer. Yeah, You know, Crack Pyrex, if you're looking for something like that, Android is better. And I'm saying that because a Pixel 4 XL runs faster today than it did when it launched. Like, for real. It moves faster. Like, Android is a different beast than iOS. It's like radically different. What's my opinion on used smartphones? You know, if they wipe them, Gearbox, man. I mean, and they've been completely wiped, you know, and safe and secure and all that. I'd be careful about where I got my used smartphones from, certainly, because you don't know, you know, what had been done with them. But yeah, I mean, it saves you a pretty penny. I feel like, you know, there are plenty of options for refurb or open box items, especially if you know they'd be safe and secure in your hands. Then you could save, you know, hundreds of dollars potentially. SD card slot allowed more storage. You wouldn't have to get a new phone if you need more storage. Yeah, but here's how I feel about that Ord 7.2. Like, I understand why people miss external storage on their phones, but like, by the time you need more storage, they will have released a new phone with more storage, and that new phone will be faster in not necessarily every measurable way, but should be faster than what you currently have. So you could get more capacity, higher capacity, and not have to worry about running out of space, depending on depending on what it is that you're doing or trying to do. Your Apple Watch Gen 3 died this past spring. It rebooted and displays only the Apple logo. Even let the battery go completely dead, still the same thing after recharging. Wasn't impressed, haven't replaced it yet. Been going out with a smartwatch. I was without a smartwatch for a while because I was like, you know, this was when I was outside of Samsung's camp. And the Pixel, when it failed on me, that's when I was like, okay, I'm not going to do this again. I had was it? Yeah, I was still doing the Pixel 4 XL a couple years ago. And then it died not that long ago. And then I switched to the S21 Ultra. And then upgraded to the S22. And then I've been like, I basically in Samsung's device camp at this point. So it would be, there's a bigger question, right? You know, how easy is it to extricate yourself? I would have to be in so much, not just in so much pain, you know, and right now Samsung it is not painful right now. It's not perfect, but it's not painful. But it would have to be painful, and something else would have to be far and away, you know, better polished, you know, not just better performance, just like better in every measurable way. And as much as like I appreciate certain things on the Pixel, like a lot, I appreciate a lot on the Pixel. I mean, I appreciate the clarity in software. I appreciate the speed. Right? I mean, you can whip around on the Pixel for sure. Not that where is it? I'm looking around here. Not that this is any slouch, because it isn't. I mean, I'm able to like whip around. I'm able to go in, open things up. You know, scroll, open, swipe down. I'm able to move around quickly. Let me recharge it. I'm using it a lot today. Although I can make it, I can usually make it through a day. Yeah, I'm at 57%, which isn't bad at this time of day. Hey, Larry the Role Player. Happy to have you. Welcome in. Welcome back. Good to see you. You have 256 gig phone, only use 90 gigabit. Yep, see, that's the thing, is it depends on what you're doing and where you're doing it, right? I mean, a lot of it could be offset. A lot of it could be completely offset. You want to watch again just to know what to get? Not sure I want to go Apple again. Well, if you're using iOS, then you pretty much have no choice at this stage. I mean, you can go Fitbit, and I guess that's cross-platform-ish. But, like, you know, an Android Wear, or I guess Wear OS watch, will work better with an Android device, not necessarily an iPhone. So that, in many ways, which sucks, it really does. I wish it wasn't the case. In fact, I would argue it would be smart for Samsung or Google to allow you to more easily use their watches on iOS. Because it may, I mean, not that I think they're going to win tons of people over, but there are certain people that just don't want the Apple Watch. Pixel Watch seems to be good at a distance. I'm not very happy about the subscriptions that are tied to it, the Fitbit subscriptions. It's too Fitbit-y for me. It looks nice. It looks like it performs well, too. But at this point, because I'm in Samsung's camp, it's just easier. I mean, I would have to like be really put off by something Samsung did. Just tremendously put off. That's what I was with Google. I was tremendously put off by what they did with the Pixel. Gave me an opportunity. But, you know, the future's always in flux. Slowness, don't know what the best way to explain it. I think might be default animations. Oh, yeah. For sure, Diet Coke. You can slow those down on Android, too, if you want. I wouldn't, but as a vegan, not sure if you tried it. Have you tried the new plant-based mashed potatoes? All mashed potatoes are plant-based? Kool-Aid asks, do I recommend an iPhone 14 Pro or a Pixel 7 Pro? Yes, depending on who you are. I would. I would not recommend them. I wish my Samsung Watch was better supported by the community, somewhat limited in the apps. That's my ecosystem. See, I don't want any apps on my watch. I'm an anomaly. Like, just give me the time, give me the weather, give me the activity. I'm good to go. Give me better measurements, which Samsung definitely needs to work on. I got to admit, this year's upgrade was a bit disappointing. Better battery life for sure, but that wasn't really a pinch for me. Yeah, CNoop, that's probably what you're going to do. Don't put it off. You also know the smallest little things. You're a software engineer looking at text all day. See individual pixels that start to hurt. My boss didn't like the request for an upgraded monitor. Oh, Diet Coke, trust me, I'm a software enthusiast. There's a reason I believe that Samsung is leading the pack as far as UX and UI. I'm serious. Like, I tweeted that out earlier today. I came across someone who actually did a presentation on Samsung's new One UI 5. I'm like, whoa, cool. And I watched it. I'm like, oh, some new things are coming. That's great that they worked on polishing this, that, and the other thing, making things more fluid. So I'm very excited to get my hands on it. Very, very, very excited. Trust me, this is one of the reasons I can't use iOS Diet Coke, because there are a lot of animation inconsistencies and jank and slop that I can't deal with anymore. Cannot deal with. Could not. I mean, I still have the iPhone, but you have a Fitbit, haven't done the subscriptions at all. Well, Kevin, you know, it was my understanding that in order to get like deeper sleep tracking on the newer Pixel Watch, you had to pay whatever it was a month. I'm like, that was my understanding. That's what one reviewer said from Engadget. Does any other smartwatch have fall detection like the Apple Watch? I think the Pixel is getting it. The Pixel Watch? I could be wrong. I'm not sure, BTW Scotch. The older I get, the more I'll need to know that, I'm sure. You like having complications? Yeah, see, I mean, I wish there were more watch faces for the Samsung Watch, but I have my 4 critical complications, or critical as I see them, like heart rate, you know, how many steps I've taken the day, battery life, and then the next appointment that I've got, and then weather, you know, the date, time, weather. It is packed. Like, I believe in just like pack that screen, right? Just like get all that stuff on there. Jank, drink. You gonna drink? Every time I say jank. Okay, so fall detection is coming to the Pixel Watch. Okay, there you go, TC Jamie. It's good. I mean, I'm glad that every one of these companies is doing something, because it just makes it just increases competition, right? It gives people, you know, other options. And it makes people go, other companies go, oh, we should do that. Oh, we should do that. Oh, people want that. We should do that. So it brings other features. That's why when people like whine and say, oh, so-and-so's copying such and such, I'm like, great. Did they do it better? Like, did they just do it to just check a box? Like, did you get a feature that you didn't have before? Did they get a feature? It's like anybody says, well, you know, Android had high refresh for iOS. They did. And it was right. And it was the right time. They did it well. I mean, for Android, I'm glad Apple went that direction. You know, there are just many of the small things for sure. Thanks for mentioning the Samsung UI 5. Oh no, Diet Coke, it is. I'm telling you, I'm I'm a software enthusiast. I notice jank so much. Okay, take a drink. Angus Cupcake, potato equals plant. That's what I thought, Angus. That's exactly what I thought. What's interesting, there have been reports that roller coasters have been triggering Apple's crash detection. I've heard about that too. You can almost always say Android had X before iOS. Mostly. I think there are a few things that have gone the other way, but the way I look at it is like if someone else got a feature they didn't have before, and it works well, it's great. The thing that drives me nuts is when people I will say this. I feel portrait mode is a gimmick. Like, the only portrait photos that I've ever seen turn out decent, most of the time, have come from Samsung phones. I think it's a gimmick. And the problem with a gimmick is that everyone chases it. So not every damn phone has a quote-unquote portrait mode. And they all suck to different degrees. Like, hair is just really freaking weird. Like, parts of faces get blurred out. I'm like, why would you waste a photo? Why would you waste a memory on that? Like, don't. Like, my argument is don't. Don't take portrait photos unless you want your photos to turn out like garbage. If you don't mind garbage photos, okay, keep using portrait mode. It's a garbage photo. If you want depth of field, buy a fancier camera. The jank is actually what I love. Oh God, Diet Coke. Sounds like Stockholm Syndrome. As a photographer, you hate portrait mode? Dude, I'm not a photographer, but I hate portrait mode. Well, I said it out loud, Silver Sunbeam, but Diet Coke is the one who wrote it first. As a person who's been in IT for 30 years, I hate all tech. Retired now. Yeah, I hear you. Retired in OG tech. Get off my lawn attitude. There, man, I hear you. I feel you. A lot of OSs are just bloated these days. They are. Doesn't matter iOS, Android, Windows, Apple. Yes, even lots of Linux distros. Sometimes after building the same platforms for years, it may be wise to rethink things, tear apart, and build up again. Sadly, it takes a lot of time. Yeah, the last time we had anything like that was, I feel, I mean, the early days of Windows, right? But then XP took off, and we've basically been dealing with XP, vestiges of XP since. They're cleaning it up. Microsoft's cleaning it up. macOS, I feel, has evolved decently. I mean, of course, we had, you know, what was it pre-macOS 10? Was it System 9, System 8? That was a that was a huge change, but that was largely based on Next. Portrait mode is fine, but not often used properly. Yeah, I wouldn't even say fine. Was it System 8? Okay. Yep. Oh, thank you, TC Jamie, for gifting out a sub. Very
Jamie
kind of you.
just gifted 1 sub.
Very kind of you. My R2-D2s, my Astromechs, are 75% done. These Astromechs articulate too, or they've got legs that can be moved. What exactly is a Fitbit? Oh, it's just a wearable. I think a lot of people have moved on from the Fitbit community to Apple's community, though, as far as fitness bands are concerned. It's funny, though. I mean, I'm not making fun of anybody, but, you know, for the people who make fun of people with iPads when they hold them up to take a picture, I see a lot of tech reviewers with these giant Apple, like the Apple Watch owns the photo. Like, it's just huge. At least this is large, but it's like, it's nondescript. It's like, it's black. Okay, you can tell I'm wearing it, but like, those Apple Watches, huge. Giant. Good place to find STL printables. Good place to start. Fangs.com is a meta search too. Oh, Pebble. I remember when Pebble was a thing. The speed on the Bamboo really has you intrigued. Oh, no, it's fast. It whips around. Maker Viking, good to see you. It flies. Okay, so these 4 droid figures would normally take on the Prusa, I think, about 7 or 8 hours. On the Bamboo, it's taking a total of 3, shy of 3 hours to print them. So it takes half as long. And honestly, I find that because of the temperature that the Bamboo has to run at, with its filament, I feel the prints come out a bit more smooth than what I'm able to get on my Prusa. Granted, I wouldn't know where to begin dialing everything in beyond what I've done. Your Apple Watch isn't really any larger than a Casio G-Shock. Yeah, but I'm telling you, I see these people like, and I'm like, it's in your face. Like, I'm like, oh my God. Like, watch, calm down. Fitbits are smartwatch-ish. The Pixel Watch is a smartwatch with Fitbit functionality. Most Fitbit functionality. I'm not sure if it's the thickness. It's just the like the real estate, like huge. Have you seen the LV smartwatch? No. I don't even know what that is. Not sure what an LV smartwatch is. Smartwatch is becoming more ergonomic. Yeah, I'd imagine. Or I'd hope. I hope things keep, getting... I like bigger screens, don't get me wrong. I mean, would I want a larger screen? Sure, absolutely. But at some point, it becomes comically large. Your risk, your choice. Oh, Louis Vuitton? Yeah, definitely not interested. I'm sure people will buy it. It's a status symbol. I never got used to wearing dumb watches either, Mighty Bean. I wore an Apple Watch for a while. And it was nice when wearing it. And then I didn't wear one for, well, really until last year when I was having heart problems, issues, even though they weren't problems or issues. I was like, okay, I need to be wearing something again. I need to get used to it. And I did. I got used to it. Now I sleep with it. Tracks my sleep. How did I do last night for sleep? See, that should have popped up right away. 8 hours. Not bad. Sleep score. What was my sleep score? Wait. 82. Wow. I got a sleep score of 82. Yeah, a lot of light sleep. You can't see the watch there. You can even turn on snore detection. Not like I need to, but... Whoa. What did I do today? 143 beats per minute. It was around noon, 1 o'clock. What was I doing? I was walking. Didn't think I was working that hard. Weird how that works. Well, some people wear $3,000 on their wrists. It's up to them. Totally up to them. Me? That's fine. That's fine. Remember that Samsung Android monitor tablet that came out with 20-inch tablet size of monitor? Not sure how people are supposed to get. I don't even remember that now. You usually wear diver watches. Oh, okay. Diet Coke. Well, then you may be used to it. Not being someone who does any kind of extreme anything. Bah. Bah. Meh. Sna. Fleh. Bah. I'm thinking we should raid JP Woodworking tonight. He's carving laser carving a pumpkin. Extreming. That's what I'm doing. Not extreme streaming. Extreming. Good conversation tonight, though. Boy, we geeked out, dude. I love how the conversation winds one direction and another. One of the reasons I enjoy doing live streams more than anything. Did that? Do I? Oh. Holy schnit. My latest YouTube short, My latest YouTube short is, holy cow. You're not going to believe this. It's 7,000 views. Holy cow. No, Omaha. I actually talked to Liz about this. My fear is people don't tune in to watch me if they're on MakerDeck. Because, I mean, MakerDeck's MakerDeck. And I think the makes should be somehow integrated there. I mean, I don't know. I think, if anything, I would just do them once a week. I'd scroll through once a week, but not every day. Omaha, if only to give something a bit more consistency and also kind of separate from, because I don't want this to. Hi, I'm Chris Perillo. I don't want to turn into the MakerDeck show. I want to support MakerDeck, obviously. Like, hello, it's always on. I'm always doing things. This, that, and the other thing. But like in terms of this programming, I don't want people to not tune in because they're like, I don't want to hear about MakerDeck. You feel me? That's kind of that's my gut. But I still want to review people's makes at least, try to do it like once a week. Today in Tech Live Edition, see where the conversation... Well, Diet Coke, it's here. I'm doing it every night. That's the goal. The conversation is largely driven by the stuff that y'all do. Y'all want to talk about... Yeah, like 7,000, holy 227 likes. Dude, I don't think I got any subs out of it, but... Dude, that makes me very happy. I don't know if it's going to peter out, but like that's the highest short that I've had to date. Wow. Like I even uploaded the new the Pixel camera thing, and I'm like, I'll just set it to go public here in a sec. And I'm like, I don't want to ruin the number of views that are coming in. Like, that's incredible. 7,000 for silly. I didn't even think it was all at. I mean, it was techie because I was 3D printing stuff, but hey, that Y-Wing guy. Let me ask you the Star Wars question now that we've been introduced. How many new droids have a favorite new droid? Not really. Sinu, I guess I haven't gotten to know them all that much. I mean, they're nice. It's nice to see new droids, but I probably BD1 from Jedi Fallen Order, because I mean, I got used, he's always there, he's always, that kind of thing. That short really feels good with TikTok. Just add a filter. I did add it to TikTok, but the TikTok didn't. Hang on. Give me a second. TikTok. Yeah, TikTok got 370. Yeah, TikTok only got 370. And then, hang on. What's the other? Oh, Instagram. That's the other one I was going to check. Instagram only got 1830. So it's funny to me, like really funny, how YouTube is kind of an anomaly. Like at 7.1K. I'm like, dude. I don't know if I can think of that many good shorts. Have I considered getting a resin printer? I've considered it, but it's kind of messy for me. It'd be too messy. I don't know if I'd get along with it. Resin kind of, that doesn't frighten me, but I'm like, safety, I don't know. You get uncomfortable looking at my shorts? Well, they only last out, a few seconds long. Feel like creators are figuring out how to do it. Recommendation in the last few days have been spot on. Oh, nice. I mean, mine are just dumb. I mean, I admit that, right? I'm like dumb. Dumb. I'm doing well, Y-Wing guy. 3D printing your life-size R6. Wow. Yeah, you're all about the life-size. This is about the skeleton Lego minifigure. That's obviously not life-size. That's about the biggest thing I've ever printed. Ever. I'm not saying it's the biggest thing I'm ever going to print, but... How does the Empire call each other? They use AT-AT. AT-AT. Oh, I get it. Wasn't it AT-DT, though? AT-DT? So, that's the thing is, like, I trying to figure out where shorts or those shorts fit and having the time and the bandwidth to, like, okay, how do I... Because you've got to actually do it, right? And I feel like the best way of doing it was taking or latching onto something that somebody had made, and then you just remix. But you got to do that. I mean, it's typically only good on one platform or another. Like, I can't really easily remix or reshare, apart from Twitter. Twitter, I feel I can throw anything onto. Like, I can take a TikTok or a short or anything, and I can throw it on Twitter, and it'd be fine. But there's certain ones that I can't do. I can't take something that was done on Instagram and easily throw it onto YouTube, because you miss the velocity. Thanks, that Y-Wing guy. Probably going to be reviewing it like once a week moving forward. I don't want to turn into the Maker Deck show. Maker Deck's Maker Deck. See, I remember those old commands. Barely remember those old commands, but I did use those old commands for sure. Totally off topic, but at Barnes & Noble had an NES with a TV. Whoa. Oh, yeah, the Lego set, for sure. I have it. Not going to open it. That will be collected. Yeah, keep us posted, that Y-Wing guy. That's great. I've known a few people to build their own astromechs, and even build their own Ewoks, too. Some people like that. I mean, not me, not as much. But, I mean, I think it's wild that people can. They can do it. They can and they will. All right, everybody. We're going to be rating JP tonight. I'll be back again. We can pick up the modem talk tomorrow. It is a Sunday evening. Hope you're going to have a good week. Hope your Monday goes without incident. Hope my Monday goes without incidents. I love you. I appreciate you. And at this point, I'm going to leave you to your own devices. And may the force be with you always. Feel free to use the Maker D1 and Tusken Raider emotes. Hang on. Future, I'll catch you on the flippity flip for sure. Thank you for following. I can't read the handle here because I'm in raid mode. But thank you for the follow. We're about to raid. I'll be back again at 6 p.m. We'll be geeking out again. Tech topics are du jour. Whatever's happening is whatever's happening. Thank you, Future, for the slapping that sticker. Here we go. Tusken Rating and fellow maker who's laser carving. Can I say that? A pumpkin? Laser etching a pumpkin? Tusken Rating in 3, 2, 1. See you tomorrow and on Maker Deck in between. All right. There we go. Now, JP. There we go. You're still here? 86? You should be going. Hey, I got a shout out. Woohoo!